I think we were on the back foot from the beginning. Incredible pace that Pirates started at. We were having a lot of problems with the wide overloads, especially on Hotto's side, and we were too slow to shift across. It was something that we were getting stuck with, and it's all started on the opposite side with Sianda Msani, not maybe tracking quick enough when the ball came out and the build-up was on the right. But it was something that wasn't even relevant to correct at halftime because he got sent off, and we had to think of another strategy. And I think it's clear for everyone to see that it was one of those games possibly that we want to forget because of the slow start, because of how slow we adjusted. We then put the foot on the ball a little bit. This is still in the first half, and maybe for 10-15 minutes created one or two half chances, nothing concrete. And then towards the end of the half, we started losing it a little bit, and then of course the red card changes everything.
Okay, we'll now open for questions from the floor. As per norm, please identify yourself as well as the media company you represent prior to asking your question. Are there any questions? Noted.
Joseph from Sports. Coach, I'm looking at this being a historic match from your side as a club. I mean, coming over to Orlando Stadium, getting a point away from home. Some would look at it as, when you look at your record, that you have been doing so well. This have been, like you rightfully said, that it's a match to forget, but surely there are positives that came out of this match, looking at how your boys applied themselves and being there, one of the historical games for a KZN side on their inaugural season. They come into play and get a draw away from home.
Yeah, Themba, I think absolutely, don't get me wrong, we're proud of the boys. It was a massive effort. I think we're pleased with the clean sheet. It's the 7th one of the season in the league. And I remember Pums Msibi asking me in the pre-match interview, what's the key to getting something out of the game today? And the key was our discipline without the ball today, because we knew we weren't going to have it for long periods of time. Obviously, that was now exaggerated with the send-off. So the discipline, the structure was really good. The Pirates had incredible chances in the first half. In the second half, one great header, an unbelievable save from Salim. The ball that went in was clearly offside, rightly so flagged offside. And I don't remember too many other glaring opportunities that Pirates had in the first half. So that speaks, volumes about the way that we organized ourselves without the ball. So that is pleasing. Historic match. Always good to play, a team of this stature and institution. But we take them the same, no different from Wednesday night, no different to tonight, and whoever we play next, same approach.
Coach, Siangela from Kickoff, you go down to 10 men. How much does that change your halftime team talk, and what was the message to the players going into the second half?
Well, it changes everything in a big way, because we can't correct the tactical challenges that we have, because now it's irrelevant, especially with Sia being one of the challenges that we had, that we spoke to him about. And it really becomes, how do we approach the second half? We go 4-4-1, or we go 4-3-2 up front, try and take it to Pirates, in which case we're leaving ourselves very exposed on the sides, which was the challenge in the first half in any case. So it changes things in a big way, and I think, let's be honest, it's more now about motivation for the second half. It's more about belief. It's more about, if they are going to get a chance and if they are going to create something, let it be special. Let it not come from sloppiness, from a set piece, or give away one or two simple balls, which we did in the first half. So yeah, it changes things quite a bit, and we're probably the happier of the teams at the end of the day.
Coach Lorenzo from DStv Times. You guys are 1 point behind Sundowns now, but you obviously. Are we looking at the Leicester City story here? And secondly, you have a lot of players in the squad. How are you keeping some of the other players happy, because there's not been much rotation with the squad so far?
Yeah, Lorenzo, I think firstly, spot on. You know, there hasn't been much rotation because it's been about consistency. And that can either be tough for the ones that aren't playing, but when you see the unity, when you see the fighting spirit, when you see, you know, fighting till the death on Wednesday night and scoring in injury time, and, you know, togetherness of the players, that counts for something. Yeah, I think we're third of the way into the season now for us, 10 games done. No Leicester City talk or dreams or anything like that now. But yeah, you know, one of the big other issues is no egos. We've got personalities, fantastic personalities, but there's no egos that have arrived and I deserve to play and I'm so and so. No, and I think that's been the key. You even look at the way we started today, no different. I think the team from Wednesday night, 8 former NFT or first whatever the first division players, 8 in the starting lineup, only Nyauza, Mabaso and Meme, and that tells you, you know, that tells you something, that the guys are up for it. So long may it continue.
Coach Jim from News of Africa, and you hold Orlando Pirates to a goalless draw. They were 10 men down at Orlando Stadium. Will you save this moment to celebrate for your team?
It's, I think, yeah, celebrate difficult, you know. Do we feel better than them? Possibly, yes. You know, as we said, we're very proud, but we also believed we could, you know, could come and get something out of the game. You know, we respect the team, but we don't fear them, and that's pretty much our approach for every game. But yeah, we don't get me wrong, we are very proud. It's a very happy changing room. The boys put their bodies on the line. They, you know, falling, blocking, cramping, and that's what you expect. You know, we need to grind, and I'm sure you've seen that with some of our games. There hasn't been. Sometimes it's 40% possession, other team has 60%, and we win the game 1-0. We're a team that grinds and that has to work harder than a team that's got more talent. And we probably did that in the second half today, is work harder.
Coach, I'm just going to ask you about your stay at Richards Bay. I mean, your exit at Amazon created questions for some of us, and knowing how well you were doing there, but since the exit of Coach Benni, and then you look like, you know, you were not sure whether you were going to stay. Being at Richards Bay, the chairman has spoken highly of you, and Coach Beetle saying that you have got this synergy when you work. How has it been? We've never spoken to you about that, and you're one of the, you know, good coaches that we have in the PSL. But then again, if I'm going to ask you about Coach Benni himself, I mean, he has stayed here, he has made this room a jolly place. Have you, when you talk to him, looking at what you have learned from him, how much of it has come handy now that you are on your own?
Massive, a huge amount has come from working with Benni. I think in total possibly 3.5, maybe 4 seasons. You know, this is my 6th consecutive in the PSL, so maybe 3.5 to 4 spending time with him was unbelievable. And you know, you get head coaches that are insecure, and you get those with zero insecurities, and they allow you to be who you are, to participate, And he was like that from the first day at Cape Town City. So we also grew together, and it was unbelievable. I speak to him twice a week. I spoke to him last night. We chatted about the AmaZulu result.
Celebration.
He was pleased, but yeah, it's to work with someone like that. And I've always said in many interviews, everybody, what's Benny like? What type of coach is he? He's an unbelievable coach. He's young, he's innovative, his training sessions are dynamic, the intensity of his training sessions. So it's how does he land up at Manchester United? He's a top coach, and I was blessed to work with him. So I learned a lot. Obviously, I've got my own type of, idea here and there about the game, which they're very similar. So yeah, that's Benny. Was a surprise to leave AmaZulu, very much so. I had a year left on the contract, same as Munib Josephs. We got a call in the off season, and that it was the end of the road. Truta wanted his own technical staff, which we accept. That happens in football. And that was the end of the road. I was fortunate and blessed that I didn't have too much time to think about it, because as a coach you start to think, what next, and Chairman Jomo Biela called me, and just from the first conversation, unbelievable man, his vision, his presence, he understands the game, he's a fantastic businessman, he's so calm, and he said, this is what I want to do, this is my idea, and I said, I'll see you for pre-season, and that's how it happened.
We'll take the final 3 questions.
Coach, Nicele from the College of the News. The first day in the top flight, you're doing well. I just want to find out from you, what is the mandate from the management for you? Do you have to reach the top 8? Do you have to win 1 cup? Or do you have to win 2 cups?
The goalposts have changed. It was clear. Save the status, keep my team in the PSL, and I said, thank you, Chair. We're going to do our best to do that. And somehow the other night on the Marawa show, I heard the top 8 stories. So that hasn't come to me officially yet, so we'll leave it as saving the status.
Okay, Coach, and if we were to look at the points, maybe you are just 12 points away from saving that status. So surely the mandate must change. Coach, I'm interested in, you've just said now that the majority of your squad is players who are coming from the NFD. But I look at the structure on how you play, and I think today was your 7th clean sheet, and you've got the best defensive record in the league, only 3 goals. Maybe you don't score a lot, but what has been key in this structure? What can you attribute this to on how you form?
Yeah, the key and all the credit goes to the players. They've come and we've said, this is how we want to play, this is how we intend to play, but in order to achieve that we have to be flexible with some of our principles, because let's be honest, if we want to play like Barcelona, Man City, and it takes time to do that, I'm not going to have time. It's so we need to be flexible. We need to get results to get us to a point where we can, play a little bit more with possession, with the ball, and so what I'm saying is the key is the players, because you can be the best tactician, or you can be the best man management coach, and and lead the players. But if they don't buy into what you're trying to do, it all counts for 0. And that's where, the credit comes in. And it came, they structured those that have stayed from the previous season with Coach Pizzo and Ronnie Gabriel and Pussy, the goalkeeper coach. They did an unbelievable job with mentality, with hard work, ethic and that. And we tried to polish it a little bit. We've had some shrewd acquisitions. You look at Mdobuka, Zungu, Nyauza, Meme. I mean, the list does go on. And the best way is how to merge that together, and either they buy into it or they don't. And fortunately for now, they bought into it.
Do we have any takers on the final question? Going once, going twice.
I can take it.
Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
No, I'm kidding.
Thanks.
Do you want it?
Yes.
No, Coach, please. Let's
Okay.
the final question.
Yes, Coach, I see that it moved like a trend, co-coaching in the league. From a distance, it appears to be working fine at Richards Bay. Having found Coach Pitts on there, just tell us more on a more day-to-day basis. How do you work on it so that it works perfectly?
Yeah, listen, I think first and foremost there's got to be massive respect that there is both ways. I've arrived all alone into a technical team, which is not easy normally, and the guys have been very welcoming, and I respect what they've achieved. They've won a championship, irrelevant where and how, and it takes something special. It takes consistency, it takes a lot of hard work. So I arrived into that. They had zero PSL experience. They were going, okay, let us lean on you, and that's how it works. Training sessions, we involved video analysis, you name it. We've changed almost everything. I think the GM can confirm. There was very little recovery sessions last season in the gym. It was new to them. In the pools, video analysis, opposition, post-match, that didn't happen. And credit to them, they still won the league. So I've been very warmly received, which then makes it a little bit easier to open up, and then from that comes trust, and then you start to build on it. Do we have differences? Do we have differences of opinion? Of course, And the co-coaching thing, by the way, caught me by surprise, because I arrived as a technical advisor, whatever that was, And eventually the chairman called me, I think after the Premier's Cup, and he said to me, Coach, I'm going down this route. We're going down the co-coaching route. And I said, okay, why? And he gave me his reasons, and I was happy. I didn't want to arrive, fold my arms, sit in the stands, advise. The advice may or may not be taken. I want to participate. I don't want to arrive and just, as I said, fold my arms. So it's working. It's something in the past that I've went, wow, co-coaching, senior coaches, all this, and I'm going, seems that it's not normal, but it can work. It can work.
And I note we finally reached the conclusion of our press conference. Thank you very much. We'll be back shortly with the Pirates coach. And Temba Shabalala, please make sure you set up properly. So